Oh, what the hell. Let's try this out. Hello, friends. I have been really unproductive for the past however long it's been. I don't actually know. I still have a couple of big videos from the year that I haven't finished yet. They are in the works if you're waiting for the making of videos of the Fragile. They're gonna happen, they just take a really long time. I was inspired by watching Angela Clayton's Project Vlogmas. It's a take on Vlogmas, which is where YouTubers upload a video every day of Advent. I don't have time for that, but instead I thought it might be interesting to see a little snapshot of what a normal week for me looks like, just trying to fit in editing and sewing around the other things that I do, mostly in sort of short 1 or 2 hour snippets. We'll be back to your regular scheduled programming very, very soon, but I hope you enjoy this small interlude. I really need to get a vlogging camera, like an actual dedicated one that vloggers use, because holding a DSLR at arm's length while vaguely hoping that you're in shot is really hard. What's new? I've crashed HitFilm Express for the second time this evening, so I think I'm done editing for today. It is blowing a gale outside. It's pouring with rain. The weather's absolutely miserable. What is my poor computer doing? I think it's time to sit in front of the TV with blankets and tea and just do something gentle. Hey! We've bought this cat so many toys, and the only things he will play with are the rug, my hair ties, and the plastic things that come on plugs to protect them when they're in transit. Oh, and occasionally pens. That's probably why there's a pen on the floor. He hasn't so much as touched the Christmas tree, which is great. It's Thursday's first Christmas in a house. We adopted him, he was a stray. We kind of didn't know how he was going to take to the Christmas tree, and we thought he might try and climb it or pull it over. So we've been leaving it unplugged a lot of the time, and he seems to be fine. He's completely ignored it. So I guess we can put ornaments on it now. Not that we own a lot of ornaments. We just have a really specific aesthetic when it comes to ornaments, and that's like laser cut bits of MDF and ceramic lawn flamingos. So there really isn't a lot that meets that particular intersection of interests. Hello, friends. It's Thursday. I missed a day. It's dark and miserable, and my partner is at Scouts, so I'm free to do as I will for the evening. What have I been working on? So last night I forgot to film, but what I did was unpick this kimono, so I have all this lovely dark russety red kimono silk to work with. I'm gonna try. Okay, let's take this downstairs for the other part. So down here we are looking very festive. I've got the other kimono, which is this dark green one, to unpick tonight. I've got Angela Clayton. I've actually already watched this Project Vlogmas, or Progress Vlogmas. I've already watched it once, but I'm watching it again because I really like her progress videos. She's very productive. It makes me feel good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish making this cup of tea. I'm going to set the video going. I'm going to maybe have a cookie. I made these biscuits at the weekend and, well, it was an American recipe, so I should have anticipated this, but they're enormous. They're the size of my hand. I should have suspected something when the recipe said it made 8. But anyway, they taste amazing. Oh yeah, and obviously it's Thursday. So I did a democracy today, and tomorrow we find out what boring dystopian hellscape we find ourselves in now. So tomorrow's progress log might be a little bit intense. I'm kind of hoping to get the other kimono unpicked tonight, and if I have time before Mike gets home, I'm going to iron those so I'm pretty much ready to go. And then I think we are going into town at the weekend, and I'm going to try and go to the fabric store and find some lace, because I've drawn out the... Oh, I can show you that! So I've drawn out the designs for my midwinter kit. That's one. And as you can see by my terrible sketching, it has 2 different kinds of lace, 3 different kinds of lace, yeah, 2 or 3 different kinds of lace, and then this other sort of trim, and then the other one here also has at least 2 different kinds of lace. I think just 2. Briefly confused by my own drawing, but that's hopefully I'll be able to get some appropriate trims for that. But until then, let's just unpick. I really hope this is recording, because I am so only doing this once. So that happened. The cat is probably off his face on nip, and to be honest, I understand how he feels. He's also relentlessly meowing at the doors because he wants to go outside, but not outside where it's raining. He wants us to open the door to the other outside where it's not raining and things are nice. He's not quite got the hang of the fact that we don't have that power. It's Friday, and I really don't want to do anything except watch She-Ra and eat chocolate, but I'm gonna wash... Yes, Thursday. I'm gonna wash the kimono pieces that I unpicked because I think they need it, and that's gonna keep me busy, hopefully until Mike comes home. And then we're gonna watch The Nightmare Before Christmas, because quite frankly, screw all this. No, I'm going to stop vlogging because holding this camera at arm's length is really hard. And this is why you always pre-wash your fabric. That's how much dye has come out of the red kimono. What I've done is filled a sink with warm water. I'm using this stuff. No particular reason why, just it's what I have in the house. So everything gets swooshed around in there for a bit. Then I've just dumped them in the bath for the time being. I'm going to empty the sink out. I'm going to replace it with clean water. I'm going to rinse all of the pieces that I've already done. And then I'll start on the other kimono and do the same process again. I'm going to probably hang them on this, still in the bath, until they're just barely damp, and then iron them. I think that's probably the best thing for it. Well, it doesn't look very impressive, but that is one whole kimono washed and rinsed and hanging to dry. And since that's taken up kind of all the space that I have, I'm not going to do the other one just yet. That's just gonna have to wait until that's dried a bit, which hopefully won't take long. We shall see. Saturday night, and as you can see, I've been We actually went out shopping for most of today. Completely failed to do any Christmas shopping whatsoever, but I have spent the evening playing around with different bits of this kimono silk and my drawing and the pattern that I chose to use, which I needed just a high-necked princess seam pattern in order to make my design happen, and this was one I'd used before and I knew it worked and looked pretty good on me, so that's what I went with. I'm gonna turn Arya Stark into a Lolita dress, except not, as it turns out, because I have played around with all this fabric and I have looked at how much I have, and I have looked at just how full the skirt in my design was and how big those sleeves are, and I just don't think I can make it work with this fabric. So I have two choices. I have all this lovely cotton, which I could use to do a very similar design. I have about 4 meters of each of these guys, which I suspect is enough. Don't actually know that, but I suspect is enough. Or I can use these and make a jumper skirt, which is a like a pinafore dress. It's got straps and you wear a blouse underneath it. Or I could do both of those things, but that sounds like madness. So we'll look into option A to start off with. Well, it's Sunday night and this week has not been as productive as I hoped. Yeah, so my original plans Christmas elf dresses ran into a bit of a snag, what with the kimono not producing quite as much fabric as I had hoped. So we are now on just going ahead with this lovely cotton. I'm still using that pattern for a gambeson type thing. It is in fact the pattern I used for my gambeson, which is really weird to now be doing this with it. I'm gonna have to do some shenaniganry with this collar. And then it's a 2-piece sleeve, so I sort of Frankensteined one sleeve out of it, which I'm then gonna have to Frankenstein further to get the balloon sleeves that are on the final pattern. But yeah, I think it's gonna be okay. I'm just gonna have to wear a lot more layers under this because a single layer cotton dress is not going to be anywhere as near as warm as a silk dress lined in cotton would be. But that's okay. I think I can make it work. So I hope you all enjoyed this strange progress Vlogmas. Like I said, there will be more usual videos coming up soon. I'm hoping to get some more talky videos about LARP up over the Christmas holidays, as I'll have a little bit more time to film. There's also a cyberpunk lookbook, which I've been meaning to do for literally months. Thank you to all of my regular viewers for sticking with me through the slightly complex time lag that consisted of too many LARP games and a wedding and starting a new job. And if you're new around here, I hope you enjoyed it, and it would be great if you could like this video, subscribe, leave a comment. It all helps drive the algorithm, and that would be really great for me. I also have a Ko-fi page, which will be linked down below. I'm going with Ko-fi as the pronunciation for this week. Ko-fi lets you make a one-off donation for the price of a coffee. The money from Ko-fi goes directly into helping run this channel. It's paid for small computing equipment so far. Everything that I make there goes back into making this channel better. And long may it continue. I'm trying to build this channel into something bigger, better, and more useful and more enjoyable to everyone else. So in that regard, Ko-fi does really help me out. Donating isn't the only way you can help. It would also mean a lot to me personally and to the YouTube algorithm in general if you could share this video with someone who you think might like it, or more likely, find another video on the channel that's slightly more content and share that with someone who you think might like it. I've rambled on for far too long now, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.